YouTube? This is the Black Lion here to bring you another Madden 25 online gameplay. And yes, I have the greatest NFL franchise in history, the Baltimore Ravens, and I'm going against the Atlanta Falcons. I want to talk to you guys about Thursday night's kickoff, the Ravens versus the Denver Broncos. And I just want to give you guys my point of view as a Ravens fan. First, I don't want to give respect to the Denver Broncos. They did what they had to do. They got the W. I want to get that out of the air because I'm going to be talking nothing but Ravens after that. So like I said, let me remind y'all, I give tremendous respect to the Denver Broncos. They did what they had to do and they got the job done. That being said, I'm impressed with the Ravens defense. I like what they did. They did what they do, and that stopped the run. One of the main reasons why Peyton Manning threw all them touchdowns is because the Ravens jammed up the run and made them pass. And I'm very proud of that. I'm also proud of the fact that the Ravens didn't give up any touchdowns on special teams. Last year, in the preseason games, Ravens let 2 kickoff returns, or punt returns, for touchdowns. And in this game on Thursday, it didn't happen. So I'm definitely impressed with the Ravens. I think this is going to be a really, really good season, and I'm not going to hop on the bandwagon and call the Denver Broncos the greatest team, Peyton Manning the greatest ever, even though most likely Peyton Manning is probably the greatest ever. And now I'm going to talk about what I dislike. The offense needs to step up. And when I say the offense, I mean the receivers. Joe Flacco will overthrow you sometimes. I understand that. I get that. But he put passes on the money and where they needed to be. What failed was the receivers, especially the tight ends. Oh my goodness. The tight ends dropped the ball. No pun intended. These guys, between Ed Dickson and Dallas Clark, who I got tremendous respect for, dropped pivotal passes that needed to be catched, and they dropped them. Most of them were catchable and no defender in sight, and they dropped them. If I was their coach, they would be running laps until the next game. You got to catch the ball. If Joe Flacco overthrows you, okay, that's not your fault. If he throws it to you and you get smacked, okay. Because Dallas Clark did drop a ball where he did get lit up, and I understand why he coughed it up. But Ed Dickson, you completely dropped the ball. Man, you really showed how great Dennis Pitta really was this game. You got to step up, man. You cannot drop the ball, especially when Joe Flacco really needs you. Another thing I want to comment on is Jacoby Jones, Mr. Dancing with the Stars, got hurt, which it wasn't his fault. On special teams, his own teammate ran into him, and I'm not too upset with that because he was a rookie. It wasn't like he was playing for 11 years and he just accidentally did that. No, he's a rookie in the NFL and he is new, and you're gonna make mistakes. But my goodness, the tight ends, you guys really, really, really did not perform. If I had to give a grade to the Ravens tight ends, I would give them a D-, because they did start catching the football towards the end of the game when there was like 3 minutes left, but the game was already in hand. Well, like I said before, special teams did really well, and the defense did well, because if the offense keeps going 3 and out, there's only so long before you have a high-powered offense that Peyton Manning is running and not to score. So I'm impressed what they did, and I'll see the Ravens improving. I see if Ed Dickson and Dallas Clark do not improve by week 6, I think their Ravens career will be at an end, because that cannot happen. I think Torrey Smith didn't do as good as I would want him to do, and that's going to take some time because he is truly the number 1 receiver, and Joe Flacco did miss him where he would have had a touchdown because it was a blown coverage, but that happens. And like I said, I'm proud of the Ravens. This needed to happen. We needed to see what we weren't good at and what our strengths were. We needed to go against an elite team. We would have went against the St. Louis Rams. We wouldn't have seen all the holes that need to be filled. So I'm not happy with it, but I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon and say, oh, Ed Reed and Ray Lewis and everybody who left the team, the Ravens team aren't good anymore. That's not true. That's an ignorant statement. What needs a good statement is the Ravens got a lot of work to do, and they can possibly repeat the Super Bowl if the chemistry is there. Because like I said before, the Ravens did stop the run, and the key to defense, if you stop the run and force the team to pass, that equals a championship. It didn't happen this game because it was the exact opposite, because Peyton Manning threw all them touchdowns. But the defense did what they had to do. The special teams did what they had to do. Joe Flacco did what he had to do. It was his receivers and his tight ends that didn't do well, and and Wes Welker did drop that ball. We all saw the replay, and Denver Broncos got away with them. But that happens again. And I want to thank you guys for taking the time to view my content. I'm the Black Lion, and I am out.